Can he make it to the grand finals? It is Invictus Gaming's Shy.
And the top left here, fighting back on map number 2. Looking to try and get that series lead. Let's see if he can get it. This is Kaiser Gaming's time. Ooh, fast switch over in the tech lab here. Ah, interesting from Shy.
No starport yet. This is such an odd... Is he going Magfield into mech? Oh my gosh.
Oh, you spot on there, Pig. Nicely called.
I was literally scratching my head and I was like, well, what could it be? I was like, oh, okay, cool. Quick third CC goes down for Shy though. That's what I like to see with this sort of build. The best thing you can do, pick off a unit or two, especially if they don't realize what you're up to. And more importantly, when that third command center comes down, if they aren't quite watching, 4 Cyclones run in, they go lock on, command center go disappear. It's one of the most frustrating things because often you've got the units to beat those Cyclones in a head-to-head, but they are fast. With Magfield, they do 800 damage over 14 seconds to armored units. That's how the lock-on works. So if you think about that, 4 times 800, that's 3,200, more than double a command center's hit points, which means it takes you less than 7 seconds for 4 Cyclones locked on to kill a command center. Cyclones running forward. We've got double armory going down now for Shy. And you can see, yeah, really Time knows his stuff. Tanks pre-siege before the third floats down. He's like, no. We're not leaving any openings for this. I know how these shenanigans work, Mr. Cyclone Boy. Does not let him come on in. 5 factories going down as well. I mean, I really like the way Shy is playing, and I'm curious to see how it plays out because leaning on the bio play. 4th command center's on the way, armory's on the way, moving forward with a big bio tank push, wants to start doing some stuff here, and I feel like Shy maybe not fully aware of this. Oh, no tanks in front of that base.
Yeah, no tanks in front. They're a little bit behind, so I mean, Time is going to get himself in range of this command center, which is unfortunate for Shy. He kind of needs to utilize not only the Vikings, but these tanks here, and he starts repositioning them a little too late, so nothing to lose these depots. Going to get close to supply blocks as they go down. Repositions those tanks. Time being patient, still a very high energy Raven, but of course has to respect the Vikings and these Cyclones. Vikings moving forward now for Shy.
He doesn't have a lib yet. This is terrible. No liberate. He's got a lift. No, Shy! Shy! Oh my god. Jesus, stop playing with my heart, mate. What are you trying to freak me out? Oh.
It's far too late in the evening for this blood pressure spike that Shy is giving us. At least here in Australia. Shout out to all you guys out there on the other side of the world.
Nice. Nothing like some good action-packed TVT from the Chinese scene for that European morning and I guess afternoon at this point, isn't it? Of course, the EU broadcast will be following our broadcast here. And,
that's right.
Straight into NA behind that. Oh, Hellbat's in range. The tanks, he's going to try and break this position.
Ooh. Gets the Ravens. That's a nice pick off there for Shy, and his tank count is still pretty beastly. As long as he doesn't lose his third base.
Drop on the natural at the same time. No, Shy's absolutely done. Time just out positioning him left, right, and center. Comes in on the right-hand side. This is beautiful play. Shy just not really spotting that move out, not having his tanks in position, and now he's running around chasing his own tail. It was right at that point where it looked like Shy was going to get to a massive tanks. He was going to take air control. He was about to get in control of this match. But now he's up against a player who's got 4 bases established. He's barely mining off 2 of his 3 bases. Time's just got absolute control over this game. And if you're relying on tanks, you need to have them sieged in front of your base. That is, you need to control the area in front of your base, because you just don't have the mobility. You don't have the Ravens or the Bio to stim forward and break these positions.
And the production difference between the 2 players is pretty astounding there for a second as well. Shy was just making nothing for about 5-6 seconds there while I watched Time with a laundry list of production. His 2-2 upgrades kicking in. Shy does kick in with his 2-2 upgrades, of course. He is finally on that upgrade train, but the Time is just like, oh, look, I keep losing this air battle. Gonna go ahead and not ever do that ever again. I got 3 starports with reactors on them, and I'm going to make way more Vikings than even the mech player can handle here, you know.
One Widowmine and a few tanks there doing what they can. Not enough tanks, though. Time has the numbers, stimming right through. 6 siege tanks, very, very good normally defensively, but not when you're dealing with over 100 supply of Marine Marauder.
3 Vikings he's got.
1 Marine takes one for the team. The Liberator's there, and oof. Things getting very, very dicey. Those Thors come forward to try to equalize that air war. Wouldn't mind one of them having single fire mode, but yeah, time is doing what you do against mech when they're turtling up and refusing to go down. You build about 7 command centers on location across the map. You then make 12 orbital commands to drop mules on those bases. You then throw your SCVs away so you can have 200 army supply of battlecruisers, Vikings, and libs, and you trollolol your way to victory. And that is, it's actually the correct way to do it. The sensor tower is being built all around the map. I'm actually surprised Time hasn't brought SCVs across and built them outside Shy's base, because Shy is penned into his corner of the map, and Time, he's just got free reign over this map. He's going up to like 6-7 starports right now, just because there's still so much bio. I mean, he's actually setting up really well, and he's balancing things fantastically. As long as he gets the Hellbats in front of his tanks when the fight happens, I think he's actually balancing his ratio almost perfectly as Shy.
It's a lot of libs now for Time. I'd love to get a unit count here.
The tanks are in the open. The tanks are in the open. No, he needs his units to buffer for them.
Vikings coming forward, and they're fighting the air war here, trying to avoid the Thors. In fact, the Thors are getting funneled here, so they're not really helping out with the air battle at all.
Yeah. And the Vikings win the air war. The libs maintain control. No 4th base for you, says Time. Mate, we are playing 8 base versus 3. And it's your job to push through my army. If you can't break out right now, you are done. The Liberator's smashing the Thors. Oof. Looks like he will break out, but not without a great cost.
Yeah, and great cost is something that Shy, for lack of a better term, cannot afford. Time is very, very rich right now. In fact, he's missing a little bit of macros, flooding him with money right there. But as he macros, he is starting Battlecruiser production. He is still making more and more Vikings, more and more libs. He's actually going primarily Sky Terran here as far as resources go. He's
got, I think, about 6 or 7 orbitals right now. I'm kind of surprised he's built planetaries on all these bases, to be honest. I actually think he could have been even bigger in the economy if more of them were mules, but BC run-bys is one of the best things to do. So people often say, you know, battlecruisers are unbeatable. How do you beat battlecruisers? And there's a lot of Terran players who say, well, actually, I've gone battlecruisers. They're not that good. They get beat by Vikings. They get beat by Thors. They get beat by Corruptors. Like, they're not even good. What are people complaining about? The battlecruiser is not a I'm going to win a direct fight unit. It is a I will win the efficiency game over time, because it can do this. Dive through the main base while you're attacking elsewhere. Take out a bunch of workers, a bunch of infrastructure. Yamato some expensive units. Teleport home, repair, come back. It is the ultimate efficiency unit that will drain your opponent's will to live. It is fantastic for that.
He does lose 1 there, which is unfortunate for Time. Definitely didn't need to do that, but you know, he's got the economy to pay the bills, put it that way. To put it lightly, he's got even the rich Vespine base, which is just overkill at this point, because he's already floating nearly 3,000 gas. Like, what do you need this rich base for, mate? You gonna make a bunch of Ravens later? I mean, I guess he could if you wanted to, but not sure how long they'd last. I mean, this is one of those things, like, this is a lesson to all, basically, people that play StarCraft. They get frustrated with Turtle Terran. Always got 2 fusion cores, whoopsie daisies. But you get frustrated with a Turtle Terran. The answer very often is take the map. They're not moving out, take the map. Do what Time did here. Obviously, not saying just play like Time. Just at whatever league you are, you take the map and you drop more production than you feel you need, because it'll end up being paid for eventually, and you will just outproduce your opponent. And even though you potentially trade inefficiently against the mech player, that's likely going to be the case, you'll just have so many resources that it won't matter.
Oh, that's a gigantic air army. The Thors, though, going to be quite big. The Widow Mine gets a big shot on those Vikings, doing what he can, but Shy's mineral line is in jeopardy right now. 2 Vikings come forward. They run into 8 of the enemies. The Battlecruisers do another run-by. Oh, those BCs almost get a command center over there.
Surely you tactical jump the 1 hit point Battlecruiser out of this, right?
Maynard, you see, what you're getting a lesson in here is how to be a Chad. Time does not back away from a fight. Yes.
Battlecruiser survived, by the way. Tactical jump back with more like 1 hit point, maybe 10. Jeez. Yeah, Time is just massing Battlecruisers here. I mean, there is the right comp for an army like this, right? Like, it's a lot of Thors with 3-3. That is a hard army for, like, strangely enough, for a guy making mass lib BC to kill. But Shy, again, is just losing the resources war here. He's desperately trying to get a 5th base up. Time has, what are we looking at, 10 bases?
You know, there's not a lot of bank, and if these Thors can beat these Battlecruisers handily enough, there is a chance here. There's a lot of libs, though, and that's why it's so hard for the Thors to really do anything. The Widow Mines all get picked off by the libs. I'm looking at this and saying, well, you know what? Shy has actually hung on like an absolute champ, has a huge 3-3 Thor army. He's been watching Vibes Bronze to GM series, And I
Where
think
the
it's late game. You replace the Hellbats with Thors at this stage. They don't shoot up Maynard. You didn't watch his most recent series.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Honestly, that's a crazy Thor count. The Yamato is going to be huge, though.
Yeah, Yamato going to soften up these Thors quite a bit. The Liberator's blanketing freedom from above.
Wow.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
this is a crazy fight. The Libs, though, those Libs are doing good damage. Man, a bunch of those Battlecruisers disappeared so fast. That's actually insane how well those Thors do against the BCs. But it's the Yamatos that just like wipe a bunch of Thors at the start of the fight. The Libs, once they're sieged before the fight happens, if you're waddling through that with the Thor, it's such an immobile unit. It just does not work that well.
And time is about to max out again here against a guy that's about to get 150 once more. He also has 3-3 everything. 3-3 bio, 3-3 ground army, 3-3 air army. So he is as upgraded as could be with building armor about to finish up. This is a very tough situation for Shy, who definitely had a very powerful damage output army there. Now that the armor upgrades are done, that's kind of starting to swing a little bit more in the favor of time again, a little bit, just because he has a bigger army again. And I like that he just doesn't... He's thrown away some SCVs as well, freeing up some supply to actually make an army. This Liberator also denying whatever mining Shy has. And we're seeing a big bank difference here for both players. A huge
Still,
bank difference.
how is Shy making this so competitive? I'm so impressed. I honestly
That's
thought he was
Thor.
just going to roll over and die, dude. Oh! Tactical jump on your face. Hot damn.
Another trap maneuver.
That is
All
how
right.
you finish it, Maynard. That is it. You drop your Battlecruisers on their face. You can't crouch in this game.